So I read a passage in the Dhammapada this morning that is one of the most important things that's ever been written when it comes to developing control over your emotions, which, as you know, if you have control over your emotions, there are a lot of things that become easier, a lot of things that become more effective for you in your relationships, your personal life, everything. And it's in the 5th book of the Dhammapada where it talks about, it's called the wise. And the verse says, wise people walk on the same regardless of what befalls them. They do not waste time looking for pleasurable things, but whether they are touched by sorrow or by elation, they never appear to be happy or depressed. Now, the word happy there is talking about like exhilarating happiness, like a really, really super high level of happiness. There's two very interesting things about this passage. Number one, it says whether they're touched by sorrow or by elation, which is like super, super happiness. There's not really a word in the English language for it. It would be maybe ecstasy or joy. But that part is interesting because it doesn't say that they won't feel these things, that they won't feel sorrow or grief or joy or elation or ecstasy. And there seems to be this belief that to get control over your emotions means that you no longer feel those things. It has nothing to do with that. Control over your emotions means that you feel those things, you're present with them, you acknowledge them, you don't deny them, but that your will can transcend them and make higher consciousness, higher value choices, despite the fact that you may feel depressed or that you may feel joyful or elated. Now, the second and more important thing that it talks about is how whether they're touched by sorrow or by happiness, that they never appear elated or depressed. And this goes back to what Rohn says about don't rise too high on your successes and don't sink too low on your failures. You can be intoxicated and led astray in your decisions, not just by your low vibration experiences like grief or sadness or apathy or guilt or shame, but also during moments when you get overconfident, when you start to feel like the joy that you feel in the moment, the elation that you feel in the moment, the ecstasy or the pleasure that you feel in the moment is something you can feel all the time and is never going to go away. And that type of overconfidence causes you to make impulsive decisions that can hurt you later. And so this is a very, very important passage. And if you want to take the first step to really gaining this type of transcendent control over your emotions, I have created what I call a 7-week mind-body reset that helps you to shut down all the noise and the anxiety and worry and overthinking that's keeping you from really training your will to gain mastery over your emotions and a lot of other things in life, and to quiet that so that you can actually start to develop the spiritual fortitude that is characterized by, all the great teachers in history. So if you're interested in starting that, it's free. I just put the link below this video or in my Instagram profile. You can find it there. Just go to that link, download it for free. It's going to come to your email, and it's going to be a 7-week, step-by-step, very simple mind-body reset that's going to get you back on track. So if you're ready to really start gaining transcendent control over your emotions, go to the link below this video or in my profile, and let's get started.